Buckle up, you're along for the ride. Today I'm going to be talking about what's it mean being a man. It's making me kind of cringe talking about this actually right now a little bit. But what's it really mean being a man? Well, I believe who we are, this body that we have, this is kind of a spiritual part of it. When we come here, there's a point to this story, by the way. I believe in reincarnation. I believe when we're a soul, we select what we want to be in a life. We want to be a man or we want to be a woman. Don't even get me started about the other stuff that's in between. I'm not even going to touch that stuff. I'm just not even going to touch that. So I'm just going to focus on either being a man or a woman in a lifetime. But when you are born, there's a lot of expectations from society, especially. And I believe that those principles are definitely worth following. I find now, and this is kind of debate, we're losing masculinity with society. There's almost more women now that are masculine over men, and personally, I don't agree with that. I think it's like I don't like how that's happened, right? But here's the thing, though, guys, and I mentioned this before in a previous video. Our minds, our left hemisphere, which is our masculine side, and our right side, which is our right side hemisphere, is our imagination side, right? Going back to the mind. I've mentioned how your eyes and your ears define your reality. So the thing is, we all have qualities of masculine energy and feminine energy. And the trick to being, if you want to be from a guy's perspective, for being a guy is knowing how to balance that. Because I'm not saying when you're to be a man, you got to be all tough and arrogant and not give your girl like any eye contact. All that's no. I don't fall. I see so many of those videos online, and I'm just like, what are you going? Like, what is this? And a lot of it, I think, it's just stage and it's all scripted, right? But you got the alpha male. It's no like, and you're expecting to do like a trades job, know how to build a house. You know, like I don't know how to build a house. I didn't go to school for trades, anything for trades, right? You know, that's a stereotype, right? Also, our society has changed now. Technology has taken control of a lot of things in life. No, but we still have obviously traders, like trades, that people that work in those industries, building places, plumbers, all that. So right, there's a job. So people think you automatically have to get a job like that, be hands on. I do agree, though. I think being a man, you should take up the stand of trying to. Let's say there's something in the house, you're with a girl, you're married or whatever. The man should know how to fix something, right? Now, if it's like a major job, okay, then you call a professional to come in. But you stand up and you act like a man, right? You use that masculine energy because it's whenever I see where a woman's more masculine than a man, there's something wrong with that picture. Again, that's my opinion. So if you don't like it, again, this is my channel. I can say whatever I want. But that's a big quality with masculinity. It's that being a man is making sure you even have those qualities. You got to have masculine energy. You can't be a wuss. Women do not like wusses. Okay, they don't. How do I know all this stuff? Honestly, it's just studying body language of people, interacting with people for so long in my life. I was a very different person. My old self, like 9 years ago, I had a whole awakening, which that's a whole other video I can get into. But I was not like a bad person, but I didn't know how to talk to women back then. I was really bad at it. I just was I shouldn't say socially awkward, but there were sometimes I just didn't know what to say. But I always knew something, like I could sense the room, right? And I was always drawn to a lot of older people. So I know like people that I used to be around older people. Like my brother had his friends and stuff that were a lot older, so I had that exposure. Or I have cousins that are older, so I was around older people then, and getting advice from those people as well, right? But another, and this is another thing, it's great to get advice. I mean, you guys are watching a video, if you want to learn something. This may sound confusing, but getting advice and always listening to everything you hear is not always the most ideal thing, right? You also have to think for yourself. I'm not, if you don't fully agree what I'm saying, that's fine. Like I said already, it's good to be thinking about what you really think about it. Just don't, take a grain of salt, right? When you hear someone's knowledge. And that's also that's another very manly trait. That's showing masculine energy, is that you're learning to define what you want to know, like what you think is better, right? So you might try to find a concept around that. And that's being a man, right? You're just going to agree with everyone what they say. State your opinion, speak up, be the man in the room, right? It's not a competition where you're trying to impress like four other guys that are beside you and you're saying, "No, well, my opinion's different." And also too, don't just try to say something because it sounds different and it sounds cool. Like, if there's nothing to say, I'm not saying you just say something just for the heck of saying something so everybody hears you say something, like speak. No, if there's nothing to say, being even being quiet when and you trust yourself, because that's having faith in yourself. That's being the man right there, right? And that's what I'm saying. Getting back to like if you're with a woman or girlfriend, you're married or whatever, a woman wants to be around someone who's confident, who knows themselves, being the man, right? It all comes down to that. That's another great trait with it. But again, like my experience, like if you're with a woman or something and it's like you have no confidence, they're gonna sense that. They're gonna be bored with you very easily. And I'll be honest with you, if I was in their position as a woman, I would be bored too, and I would be like, why am I with this guy? Right? Why would I want to be this guy? You got to listen also to other people, what they say, right? And I know I just said like, wait, like I thought you said not to always listen to everybody, but no, like just hear what they have to say, and try to figure out a solution from your point of view and their point of view. And if you agree with them, that's great. If you don't, well, it is what it is, right? You guys go your separate ways. The biggest thing though, guys, this one's not going to be as long today. It's pretty obvious. You got to be brave, be ballsy, right? But it all comes to knowing who you are, your identity, right? And I know it's hard because people don't know what they want to do. And I said that in my first introduction. How do I be who I want to be? And that's why I say with the manifestation part, never thought I'd get into all this manifestation stuff, because I'm not a manifestation coach. I'm not looking to be a manifestation coach, but a lot of the world revolves around how your mind operates, right? So try this. And this is stuff that I've learned from my manifestation channel that you see all the time in my intro, right? The name and when it says the power of I am, right? I've learned from his channel and stuff that I've taken his teachings, and I'm now passing it down to you guys in my own interpretation of it. But oh my God, there's a bee. Hold on one second. Now you're probably wondering, was I a man? Was I being the man? Was I being scared like a wuss because I saw the bee? Honestly, I just didn't want to get stung. So I did what I had to do. I wasn't going to go and challenge that bee that was outside the window just now and be like, "You want to fight about it?" No, I'm not going to. I'm going to do what I got to do, right? It's like if you're about to fight somebody, right? And that's something that I strongly advise. This is another great video. I'm actually glad that bee came here, because that bee was meant to come in my face to remind me. Thank you, bee. Thank you for coming in my face to tell me and to remind you guys this. One of the best things anybody can do is take martial arts. I'm not saying you have to do it competitively. I do it for fun, for self-defense. And I train in Muay Thai and also kickboxing. I'm actually thinking about taking another part of the martial arts up as well. So I have 3 martial arts that I've learned. And that's something I'm going to bring up in another topic. That's what got me, honestly, all the martial arts got me into lifting weights, putting on weight, having more confidence in myself. Do things like, you want to be a man. I'll leave you guys with this. You want to be the man, you got to do things that are going to make you feel uncomfortable, right? Like, they're going to make you feel uncomfortable. I'll tell you this. I posted the last video. When I was playing video games, I did not feel like the man. I felt like a loser. And it was bothering me. It was eating me up alive, like completely, just taking away my soul in that sense. Like I said, it wasn't destroying my like job life. I had good income, I wasn't homeless. There are people who are in that situation. No, I was just, again, I didn't know who I was. I didn't take the leap of faith. I was so afraid of the outside world in a lot of ways. I was being a wuss. And that's another thing too, guys. You got to stop looking at blaming other people, right? Because it goes back to what I say about the mind. Everyone is you. Everyone is you. So every thought, everybody, it all transitions into them, right? There's another thing. If you can't stand this person, they're going to receive it, right? Mentally. It goes back to what I said about when you give someone, like, you're thinking about somebody, and all of a sudden they get a phone call from them or a text. It's like, oh my God, I was just thinking about that person. Right? We're all connected. So be so aware of your thoughts, guys, what you're saying to yourself, especially when you say it out loud. Watch your tongue, because those things manifest like crazy. They really do. Trust me. So what you should do is, I'm going into a whole manifestation thing here again, but tell the story how you want it to be, right? I don't care if someone tells you to F off. You go, no, that guy loves me. Sounds ridiculous. You only have to say it once. When you say it once, you're always heard the first time, right? It's like saying an affirmation. Whereas we're saying affirmations out loud all the time without even realizing it. Let's say you're in traffic and you're like, crap, or you're just cursing at this guy. They're receiving it, even though they can't hear you. Maybe they'll look to the back rear mirror, right, and they see some guy like flicking them off, right? Okay, well, now that's starting something, but you got to just, I'm going to have to make a video about that, how to just relax and just trust yourself, remain still, all that, right? There's so many segues this is going, but I got to get back on topic here, because there's a lot about being a man that people just need to realize, that it's so important to know yourself. It all goes back to that, because once you know yourself, guess what? You have confidence in yourself, right? Like how I had the confidence to do the martial arts. Like once I did the martial arts, I was like, you know what? I can put on weight. I have confidence that I can eat more and put on the weight. And I did that all in 3 months, like literally. And that made me way more confident, right? I think what I was struggling was, for the longest time, was I had confidence in my mind. I had all these ideas. I knew how to do it, but I was so scared to actually do it. And here's the thing, a lot of you think that way too. You have the ability. We all have the ability, guys, to do it. But the moment you do it, it's going to come right at you like a bull charging at you. And it's going to be tough. It's going to feel like that a lot of times, but tell the story how you want it to be, no matter how bad it looks, no matter how much you hear it's going to be bad, right? The world, your universe, your reality, everyone speaks through you, right? So another example, if something's going really well, let's say it's like, I'm going to be the man here. I'm going to take charge. No one's going to tell me what to do, whatever. I'm not saying you be like a bully or whatever, but you stand up for yourself, right? You stand up for yourself. Be the man. Obviously, be nice. Don't swear. I guess swearing can happen. We're human. It's gonna happen. But just be you and trust yourself and know your identity and know your worth. Being your worth, you're the man. And I'm telling you, if you do all that stuff, everything that I'm saying in this conversation is, people will sense that from you. People will see that confidence in you, right? The way you stand, the way you move about this world, the way you interact with the world. That's how people will see that you are the man. But you got to know yourself first, right? But again, it's going to seem like it's impossible, but it really is not. And again, take away the time factor. Time does not exist, right? Say right now, you are the man. Don't say, well, I got to do this in order to be the man. Okay, well, now you're putting time in your present. So don't do that. Right now, no matter how you feel, I don't care. Like, that's another thing, guys. Feelings do not matter. Feelings do not matter. That's another video I can talk about. A lot of this stuff, like I said, these are teachings that I've learned from the Power of I Am, who I've mentioned in the first video, and these things have helped me so much with my life. And it's like why I'm doing these videos now. I want to teach you, I want to help you guys out too from my own interpretation for what I've learned from the Power of I Am. But yeah, guys, the rest is up to you, right? You can learn, you can know how to be this person, and if you know all the instructions, that's great, but you actually got to apply it, right? No one can hold your hand, right? As much as it's comfortable, you need like a hug, guys, especially being a guy, dude, you guys have to do it. And that's why I mentioned at the very beginning of this, like, you chose to be a man in this lifetime. This is my belief system. I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. You chose to be a man in this life, so act like a man. If you don't know how, like, it's a tough thing that you may not realize, like, why is life so hard? Like I said, I'm telling you what I believe in, how our soul comes into this lifetime. You chose to be a man. You selected this body. If you want to read a really good book that I read a long time ago, check out Journey of Souls. It talks about whole reincarnation, why we're here on Earth. It's a really interesting interpretation of things. I've read that book so many times, and then there's another book right after it called Destiny of Souls. It's called, if you type in Michael Newton, PhD, Journey of Souls, it's a really interesting book. And the reason I recommend that, and how does that even tie in about being the man? Well, if you have some purpose or some way of understanding your origin and why you're here, because I know people don't know what to believe in. Is God real? What is God? God is you, literally. Like, we all are source, right? So again, like I said, practice saying great things about you. Wake up every morning, say a mantra that are great things about you. Say the I am statements. Say how amazing you are. Want to know who the man was? Look at Michael Jackson, man. Like, he came in a family. He had a belt hit. He was hitting with a belt all the time from his dad, Joseph. That's a really good movie. And that's another thing, guys. Like, I got into making this YouTube channel because of one of the reasons that pushed me to do it this summer was that movie. I went to go see it with my sister, and I was so inspired by that movie. And if you haven't watched the new Michael movie, go see it. It's awesome. So, all right, guys, there's a lot I've went off topic here, but this all does revolve around being the man. You got it. Literally, like, there's something like interest, guys, right? Like, if there's something you love and you're so passionate about it and someone's about to take it away from you, what are you going to do? You're not going to be like, okay, it's fine, you can take it. No, you're going to stand up and you're going to take it. You're going to grab that back from what someone's trying to steal from you, right? So that same thing I'm telling you, you apply that in your everyday life, all right? Anyways, I hope that's helped you guys out. It's a lot of stuff to throw at you, but just, guys, be the man, all right? That's what women want to see. They want to see you be the man. Don't be a wuss. Don't be feminine about it all the time. But like I said, we all have masculine energy. We all have feminine energy. The trick is balancing it. Be neutral about it, right? What I mean is, like, let's say you really like a girl or something. You don't be an ass. Be romantic about it. Why don't you write a card? Or who writes cards anymore? No one does it, right? That, if you do that, write a card to somebody that you really care about, and it doesn't have to be. I mean, if it's a girl that you really like, why not try it out, see what happens? But you got to have confidence in the identity of knowing who you are, right? Or you could make a nice compliment, right? I mean, one of the worst things I will tell you guys: please don't go up to a girl and please don't go up to her and be like, "You're so beautiful." You know how many times you have to freaking hear that crap? First of all, you're coming off needy, desperate, and that you only care about their looks. All right. Anyway, this is a really freaking all over the place kind of video, but be the man, be a gentleman too, because women will respect that. All right. And also too, nothing that pisses me off, don't always try to hug a girl. Okay. They don't want to be touched all the time. Use your eyes. Okay. Your eyes are being polite. Okay. And if you have to, you can still flirt with girls with an eye, with the eyes. I mean, okay. I see so many weirdos that will see a girl and they always try to touch them. It's like, dude, like in my head, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, just can you not be thinking about what down there is trying to tell you something? That's another video I'm going to be talking about. Oh my God. Things that drive me nuts how people act. They're just, listen, you're allowed to, you're allowed to be attracted to beautiful people, women, men, or whatever. But for God's sakes, have some respect for them and for yourself. Do not be such a creep about it. All right? I'm telling you, if you don't let all that sex stuff get to your head, that's being the man too, right? I'm not saying you be a little wimp and, you know, it's just, and also too, that's another thing too. I almost trying to end these videos and I just keep talking because it's all coming to me. When you're trying to dress up, like, the video I made with the flannel and all that stuff, I mean, that's my reality. Don't dress up like a little kid, right? Don't dress up like you're in high school and you're like 45 if you're going out to a restaurant or something, right? Like I said, you can still wear those clothes at home. You want to wear them at home, go for it. Like I told you, I do the same thing. I wear my flannel and hats and stuff at home, but don't do that if you're going out to like a bar or something like that. Like, look nice. You don't have to wear a bloody suit for God's sake, but just wear like I don't know, like wear a nice polo shirt or dress shirt, like roll the sleeves up or stuff, But again, everything I applied, martial arts. I'm just repeating myself here, but guys, do things that you want to do. That's being the man, and that's having respect for yourself. And soon enough, you'll realize the more you're doing it, women are going to be all over you in that sense, right? But again, my foundation, how I see things is, always look good, be a gentleman. That's still being the man. It's not being a wimp. It's being a gentleman. Sorry, it's being the man. And just having respect for yourself and knowing who you are. Those are all the biggest important things you can do being the man. So, are you gonna be a man? Or are you gonna be a wimp? I suggest you be a man. Okay? All right, guys. This has definitely been a ride for this video, all over the place. But the great thing is, every time I do these videos, I always have something else to talk about. A video, and we're like, I didn't even think of that. I should talk about that. So there is more to come, as always, with my channel. Thanks for riding with me, guys, for today, and I will see you next time on Cruising with Crabb.